Welcome, welcome. It's a Morkvarg Monday. Changing that to make that a little bit more PC. No, you can't really put on YouTube Massacre Monday. So we're trending toward Morkvarg Monday unless people have a new idea. This is Eist's cock, which is Combi. Eist and Combi are a beautiful pair. So Eist has this problem, if you've played with him, especially against Crown Splitters, of trying to get the Bloodthirst in order to get the discard. And I find that Eist plays really, really well in a tight round, especially against Joachim. Stop playing Joachim against Eist. It's just dumb. Just don't do it. But anyway, you need to get that big removal to get the full 12 points of value. But even if you don't get the full 12 points, you still tutor out the Judah, and that's awesome. But then you're stranded with this extra counter because you don't get the Bloodthirst. So he doesn't draw a card and discard a card. Well, you know who discarded a card. This devotion is really important for the leader because Judah enters the graveyard not from a discard, but because of the leader ability. Just places her there. So you do need this devotion. And we can get that devotion synergy with Combi, the greatest cockerel in the game. But Combi, if you haven't played with Combi before, deploy, discard the rightmost card in your hand, then your opponent discards the rightmost card in their hand. Importantly for Combi, you do have to have a card in your hand. If you do it and you don't discard a card, your opponent doesn't discard a card. So it's not like Mata or Stregobor in a mill deck where you get one and the opponent doesn't get any, which is kind of annoying to me if I'm being honest, because mill gets that benefit and Combi doesn't, but whatever. Anyway. It's really good with Eist to place a body on the board, notably Skellige and Ancrate Greatswords work really well with Combi and Eist. You get Judah out, and then you get one of these other 10-point bodies. Skellige, especially because he's coming late in the game, and opponents typically don't hold on to a 5-point removal to get the whole 10-point body of Skellige off the board. And Skellige is not commonly kept in these decks. Skellige is also good to close out a round where you just need to put up some points. He comes out of Blood Eagle without the Bloodthirst or the Death Blow, so you can just get 10 points on the board with 2 points of damage, which is a 12-point play, and that's pretty boss. So I like that, and then he's a good feed for Hjalmar later if you don't have a Greatsword committed. I don't like Torseek Invaders. I just don't like them. I disagree. They're the worst. Is what it is. I'm turning down my email alerts from my work computer. And I love Ancrate Blacksmiths in this deck. They have won me several games. Yeah, sorry. I turned down the volume on my Outlook. It's all like news announcements because obviously my day job is doing politics stuff, as you guys know. Dual casting is a riot with Sabrina's Inferno. I gotta bring that deck back. Holy crap, that deck is fun with Sabrina's Inferno and Specters. So much fun. You do so much value with her. She plays like Regis on both rows for the enemy. It's amazing. Alright. Syndicate. Syndicate gets a good matchup here. Syndicate is just so much value. And it's really hard to keep up with them in round one. And if you can't keep up in round one, you run into problems. Putting Raiding Fleet back because I only have 2 raids in this deck. I do like both of these with him. I like this with these guys. Hjalmar is dead to me in this round, so we're going to put him back. And we just need to get up to 8. So we are looking for a 2-point removal or the Bloodthirst in order to get Vabjorn to get Raiding Fleet here. So conveniently, the opponent has placed that right into our lap with Fricko. I suppose this is Magic Lamp. I like Magic Lamp in a lot of decks, but I don't love it in Crimes. But, you know, you can make your own choices. We are going to start with Blacksmith, though, because he's almost certainly not getting boosted here. So we'll just go for that. If he does, you can blame my greed. We don't have Harald or Eist here, so, you know, that could be problematic, but we'll be okay. I believe in our fortunes. You do want to try to draw into something cool. One second. You do want to try to draw into combi into an earlier card. The reason for that being that you need to have a card on the right. I guess it doesn't have to be the right of combi. You want to draw into Skellige or Greatsword on the as the furthest right card. Sorry, I don't know why I said that other piece. Ignore what I just said. Just know that you need to have you need to like play all this stuff to the right of the card that you want to discard with combi. Because it is the rightmost card from your hand. So for example, I wouldn't want Haymay Protector. Jeez. Just trying to set up our damage tickles here with Morkvarg Hunters and the Moonlight Longship. That way we can get value out of Greatsword. Oh, Nero on the other halfling Safecracker feels a bit strange. We don't want to go too deep here until we get the sense that we can win. This is very winnable at this point for us. If we were to drop both Greatswords with Light Longship and Morkvarg Hunters, we're going to be adding up that point value really quickly. Oh. And we do still have both Drum and Berserkers as well. They play for 8 points, 2 points of damage, and they convert to 6-point unit. Spend all of your 5-point removal. I'm okay with that. I mean, maybe they're trying to get up to the ever trusty Noble Steed that is flying Redanian. I don't know. I don't get it. I know people love doing Sea Jackal here. I just don't love Sea Jackal. He says as he begins to lose the opponent's deck. Let's just get out this Haymay Protector. Honestly, at this point, we're just pushing the opponent, trying to get them to continue committing here. Swindle's great value with Sea Jackal. But now we're into striking distance with Greatsword, so. Poisons, wow, okay. And the other thing too about Skellige, if you guys have played as Skellige before, you know a big part of Skellige is just building up the value in your graveyard, so Greatswords help you get there. But we get there pretty easily with this, and we get to keep a Greatsword in hand, so that works out for us. And we got the opponent to commit quite a bit here in terms of their bronze engine value. How much you want to bleed is up to you. I am of the opinion that the bleed is not super great against crimes. We do get combi and followed by Skellige, so pretty good. I would like to see either Harald or Eist. So there's Eist. So we kind of have everything we want. We want to keep Judah in deck, and I do recommend keeping another 10-point unit in deck. With the Greatswords is a good example. In case you do get the Bloodthirst with Eist. I mean, the Bloodthirst is always a great way to get the value. But then you can draw a card and discard it. And if it is Judah, you still have another 10-point removal to go with Blaze of Glory. You just don't want to break on that. But with combi, you also want a card in the far right of your hand. So, you know, you have some weird synergy here. I'd like to draw into Harald, on-crate Raiders if possible, Hjalmar as well. Poison is just weird, man. And the Armorsmith isn't bad. Oh my gosh, yes. He's not bad here because I can boost up Eist. Against crimes would be pretty good, but I did see the opponent already play 2 paydays, which is really the only 5-point removal other than Bloody Good Fun, and I doubt he's going to spend Bloody Good Fun on Eist. So we're going to put him back. And I actually like drawing Judah at this point because I can very confidently mulligan her. And there are going to be 4-point removals here, so... the opponent does spend for Skewer too, so that's cool. Good for them. I like getting Harald out first. He's not going to get any damage value here, which is a little unfortunate. He used to go underneath armor, but that doesn't happen anymore. But I do want to look here and think, okay, if I am getting Hjalmar for a 10-point removal, what am I getting? And I only have Greatsword in there. So I actually might want to go here for a Morkvarg Hunter. I do already have a Greatsword, so I actually think the Morkvarg Hunter here makes a little bit more sense. You can't use this because it has immunity, but that's okay. The armor's off the piggy, so now we get guaranteed value off of the Greatsword. So as soon as the opponent drops a unit, we can get value from the Morkvarg Hunter onto that unit, boost up the Greatsword to 6 points, as long as the next unit doesn't have armor. But one of the best things I love about this Eist play is typically the play around Eist is to get Cleaver out early. You get him boosted. People don't want to play Eist because they lose value with Eist. And we see the opponent hold on to 5 cards here. There's no reason to kind of paddle foot him around the Cleaver. He very likely could get boosted up to extremely high value. So we're just going to go ahead here and play the Eist, play the Blaze of Glory, and go ahead and nuke this Cleaver off the bat. And again, the opponent's probably thinking here, yeah, okay, I traded the Cleaver, I can still get out Tunnel Drill or something to that effect. We don't have to worry about Eist. He didn't get that double play off Eist, so he missed 10 points. But we still have Combi. So we're still gonna be okay here. Now you do want to start looking at your Blood Eagle to see what other value you could get out of it, and these on-crate Raiders are pretty good value for me. Alright, I have to take back everything I ever said. So look, it has to be a Skellige unit, so unless he's running like Sucrus, I'm not worried about this. So we can just let him go. It's a bit unfortunate, but it's not the end of our game by any means. And if I was him, I think I would have wished I kept the Greatsword. You do want to think about which one you want to discard more. We probably will discard the Skjall and then use him as feed for the Hjalmar as well, I guess. I'm not sure why you'd go for the Morkvarg Hunter there, but everybody gets to make choices. We'll just get this onto Philippa. That sets up the Blood Eagle for us, and we'll trade Skjordal against this Eist. And the opponent needs to start showing some points here, or they're going to be in a bad way. One thing I hate about Combi is that Combi doesn't show me what the opponent is discarding. So we're just going to keep our options open with Blood Eagle. And you kind of just want to track here and see what they have. And then Shattered Dreams. So looks like we got Gourd, which I am not unhappy about. That's probably the game for them. Well, Hjalmar would have got good value on the Gourd. He's going to get a bunch of value here onto the Jacques, so that's fine too. Ten for 10. My advice for beating Eist stays the same. You gotta win round 1. You gotta bleed him round 2. I think had the opponent done that, they might have had a better chance, but... And the Philippa Onda Eist did protect against a 10-point play for us. So she actually did play for, 10 points herself, getting that 5-point swing from my side to the opponent's side, but then prevented another 10 points. So that's like a 20-point play right there. Ooh, Eist versus Eist. Who's on red? No, honestly, this comes down to who draws the best bronzes. Look, we don't... Like, I like having Combi in hand. Hjalmar is dead to me. I'll actually keep Skjall in deck. Alright, Skjordal is useless. Boy, oh boy, being on bronze is so much... Being on red is better. You still got to string together just the right plays. This is a weird commitment for me. I mean, in my experience, there aren't a lot of bronze special removals. This being the exception, I guess. Let's go ahead and get our on-crate blacksmith set up here. I expect a Blood Eagle here. I think that's why he's just leaving it. Or that makes sense too. So I love these guys. They can boost any allied unit, and then they get charges every time we play a warrior. Very good time. You can get like armor tickles here, but that's it. Don't want to play into a Morkvarg Heart of Terror. Who knows? We might see a stunning blow here. Nope, we're okay. Alright. We do need to start setting up some bloodthirst here. The unfortunate thing about the Moonlight Longships is they feed opponent units. But that is what it is. But now we can get the death blow off of the Blood Eagle. Honestly, this is even better. We'll just go for Greatsword right here. He gets us 1, 2, 3. This nets out. But then we get another point here and another point here. So we get 5 plus 4 is 9 points, which is just enough. Spend this here. On the cheap. Now, the super fun thing with combi, people often hold on to their Eist till the last second. You never know, you could get lucky enough to 2-0 an opponent. I don't like drum berserkers in round 3 as much. Just looking for Hjalmar or Harald. We get neither. Right now I can't break into the moon. I can't break into raiding fleet. There's a bunch of stuff I don't want to break into. Ugh. Let's just get this going a little bit here. Just trying to decide how I want to play this. Mirrors are always so awkward. Alright, this makes this synergy a little bit awkward, but let's actually just go ahead and trade Skjordal across here. I just want to force the opponent to play up. Typically people are including Svalbard Totem in these decks, so I kind of expect that as the counterplay here. But he could have been holding on to yet another Gutting Slash. But here my basic goal is to get Vabjorn, Raiding Fleet, the Moonlight Longship all out. Those were all of minimal value before. Here the opponent's just setting up the Bloodthirst, which is fine. We don't really care that much. And we're just still holding this damage value. We are going to probably play Greatsword off of Blood Eagle. Then drop Morkvarg Hunter to add some more value there. The Blood Eagle onto Vabjorn. For flexibility, I have no idea what I'm going to see here. Maybe a Skjordal to trade across onto Raiders. I genuinely have no idea. Is the construction in the background making a ton of noise? It's super loud in here, so that would make sense. I apologize if that's bothering people. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for Greatsword here. Makes good sense in a lot of ways. Comes the Hjalmar to remove my Greatsword, which is not the best play here. We're just gonna take the, well, yeah, we're just gonna take the pass here. I preserved my last say. I've gotten out everything I want. I have 2 Greatswords committed to my graveyard. I bled out the Hjalmar. I bled out the Skjordal. So now I don't have to worry about the 5-point removal straight onto my Eist. Preserved Last Say. So I am not at all disappointed. And against this deck, I'm fairly confident about the Bloodthirst. So I'll actually just play the combi to try to roll the dice here. So broke 400 back, yes, perfect. Now I just like the Skjall in hand. Honestly, Harald's really the only thing I want. I'm terrified of losing the Judah. Of drawing the Judah though. The opponent could play around it a little bit, so. Yeah, I don't want to break the Judah. It's not great, but Drum Berserker should get us the value. Unless we see Totem here. Yeah, no, easy, easy. Now, one thing I could do here is go for Hjalmar for 4 points of damage value to set up the Bloodthirst to get out Harald. You know, it's a choice I can make. Because I can make it, I think I will. Which allows me to use the Drum Berserker later for other Bloodthirst setup. Right, I'm gonna go for Skjordal here just in case. Oh, and Greatswords play for 10 points, but Raiders always play for 8. So if you're afraid you're not going to get up there with damage procs, you know, you might think about just taking an on-crate Raider out of your graveyard with Harald. I'm fairly confident about my ability to get back up there. With Hjalmar out, Judah's really the only thing I'm worried about. Removing a big unit, that's easy for me, so. Harald gets the kill here, which makes this a bit of a dumb play in my opinion. So now you lose out on the Bloodthirst. There's nothing saying that I have to do anything to continue setting up the Bloodthirst, right? So I actually, just to play around the Eist a little bit here, I'm gonna just play the Drum and Berserker dry. He could kill off this Raider, which would be unfortunate though. So I'm not gonna do that. I had to think about it for a second. Not doing it. Yeah, I like the Raiders here actually. I'm not gonna get the damage value. And I like this setup to give me my Bloodthirst a little bit more. The crappy thing about the combi placement here is that Eist is in the way. So we might have to play Skjall here awkwardly. It's not my preference. So the opponent gets the Bloodthirst. I don't have it guaranteed now, but I do have it enough that I'm confident. And the opponent has 3 cards in hand. So we're going to go ahead and use Combi now to shred dreams. I don't mind that at all. I don't mind that one bit. Alright, Skell might die here, but it doesn't matter. We can play Eist last. Bye-bye Judah. Out comes the Eist. He gets nominal removal value with Blaze. If he sticks onto the board, we'll go ahead and kill him with our Eist. And we have Bloodthirst right now, which allows us to discard the Skellige right away. He does get to discard a card and then do the damage, so he does have that going for him. Not sure why that didn't work for him though. Alright, we'll just go ahead and give this a shot. And we'll discard. I mean, there is a chance that Skellige could get removed here. So we'll save him for final play. Go for Morkvarg Hunter. And then we'll go for the Blaze of Glory here on the Judah. Just don't want to fiddle with this. No reason to fiddle with it. And then we'll just go for damage onto Eist because he's not next to a Hamate Protector. And I think we're going to be fine here. But Combi coming in clutch. And the opponent breaking into Judah, I guess. Oh, Trigvi onto Judah. That might actually be enough to get him the win. No, we tie. Oh, I get 1 damage off of Harald. Harald for the win! Oh no, we tied because the random damage. Thank you for nothing! So, Trigvi or Combi, they both are good. Would have rather dismissed the Trigvi than the Judah there. Because the Judah, we could have got full value with our Judah, but we are where we are. Maybe we should have actually held the leader use. I don't know. Tough choices. Are they really? Anyway, look, you guys have seen a ton of Eist videos. I think you got to see exactly how this one works. Got a draw in the mirror, which I think is kind of perfect exemplification of decks. And that was all because of really crappy luck. That damage could have hit any one of other 3 units and we would have won. But let me know what you guys think. Until next time, though, for those of you on Twitch, hang around. For those of you on YouTube, please subscribe, like the video. Until next time, good luck on the path. Get out there, keep on Gwenting. Bye for now.